Good morning. I hope you're all doing well as we together face this really tough time in the history of the world. I was reminded of another tough time in the history of our country that impacted the world, and that was in 1929. A really huge economic downturn led to people losing income and losing employment for a long period of time. It was deeply impactful and deeply painful for people. And that is what is now known as the Great Depression. It's referred to that because of how painful it was. It's referred to that because of how people would speak about it and their views and perspectives around that time. Now, there was another time in history where there was just horrendous persecution going on against the Church of Jesus Christ. And that was in the book of Acts. But do you notice that we don't refer to that season in church history as the persecution? No, we refer to that time in history by, in a few ways. We refer to that as the rise of the early church, the initial baptism of the Holy Spirit, the move of the Holy Spirit. It was just a powerful time, but there were some really deeply painful things going on at the time. You see, it comes down to what we declare about seasons that makes a really deep impact in society. So I want to encourage you, as a follower of Jesus, be aware of what you're declaring about our time in history. Just be mindful of the words that are coming out of your mouth. They are so important. They're important on social media. They're important as you have to connect with colleagues. They're important even in your own household. Make sure your declaration is full of hope, full of life, and full of faith. It is so important. Now, in doing that, we don't want to ignore the truth. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." No, we need to be realistic about what is going on. But we need to remain hopeful. We need to remain faithful in a powerful God. In Matthew chapter 12 and verse 34, Jesus said, "For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." You see, when you speak, it's an indicator of what's in your heart. So I'm going to ask you the question, what is your heart full of today? What's going on there? How are you doing? I want to encourage you, be diligent to protect your heart. Not just for you, but for those around you. We need to be aware of the negativity that creeps into our hearts and impacts where we are, what we speak, and even how we behave. Now, I would encourage you, stay informed. Staying informed is very important. It's just wisdom. But be aware of what begins to creep into your heart. I love what the writer of the Hebrews says in chapter 10 and verse 35. He says, "Therefore, do not throw away your confidence, which has great reward." Remember that your confidence will come from what's in your heart. When things are tough, when you're going crazy from being in the house for prolonged periods of time, I want to encourage you, don't give up. Don't throw away your confidence. You need to remember who you are. You are a child of God. Jesus Christ saved you. You are forgiven. You are set free. The same power that rose Jesus from the dead lives in you. Don't give up. You are more than a conqueror. You are chosen. You are called. You're adopted into the family of God. Don't just simply give up and let go and throw away your confidence. It's not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. If you need courage to be put back in you, I want to encourage you now. Call someone. Call someone that you trust. Call someone that's a natural encourager and say, listen, I'm having a down day. Can you just speak to me for a couple of minutes and speak life back into my heart? I know it sounds very simplistic, but it's going to help you. That's not just going to remain with you, because remember, what's in your heart will come out of your mouth and it will impact others. You then in turn will speak life and faith and hope into other people. So come on, let's do it. Let's flood the airwaves with hope. Let's flood it with life. Let's flood it with pointing to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. If we have breath in our lungs, it means God is not done with us yet. Let's make today count. God bless you. We love you. And I'll say this, we love you more than you realize, and we cannot wait to connect with you.